It's time for us to head to the Wimmera Footy League and, well, there is a program to move forward. That is, if the Premier decides to move forward with the program, and that could become a very difficult question to answer. Well, Scotty Stewart from the Warwick Herald's getting asked that question by everybody every day, and he knows not much more than everyone else knows, I would suspect, but he's going to try his best to join us now. G'day, Scotty, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not going too bad, thanks, Wayne. Yeah.
I'm going to put it on you that you know slightly more than I do, and so let's muddle our way through the Wimmera Football League and also the netball competitions because there's an impact on that which is profound too. Let's go firstly to the scrapping of the top five. That's the first change that's been made by Wimmera, and poor old Dimmy, I mean, what's the stroke of luck that you'd have three footy teams that get done making the top five and then missing out?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, they had their meetings there on Tuesday night, I think it was, and all teams were represented, and look, they come away with a pretty amicable agreement with it all. And you just mentioned there about the fifth place teams in all the grades, obviously by going to a top four. The fifth teams don't make it, and they, as you said, Dimbulla, they were a bit unlucky there. His reserves and the under-14s all finished in fifth spot, so they won't be taking part in the finals. But look, they all come away. Apparently, they all understood exactly the plan and this roadmap to finals, and that's just the way it is. But they come to a top four, and that's it is what it is, and they can't do much about it. But Dimbulla, unfortunately, they had three miss out.
Yeah, they certainly did. Means in senior footy that Minyat Matoa and Southern Mallee Giants are in the top two places. That's where you really want to be because of what could happen as we move forward. Stawell and Horsham Saints are third and fourth in the final Wimmera ladder in senior footy. Okay, the next conundrum was that if we get back on the 11th and the 12th, we're going to separate the footy and the netball out to two different grounds, and we're going to have 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3, so in effect playing a preliminary final to start with.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's basically what they put it down as on their roadmap out, and the preliminary finals, presuming everything happens. I mean, as we all know, it's probably unlikely at this stage, but the executive they've put their roadmap together, and that's fine. You just follow it, and it's a week by week proposition. In that if resumption of play can happen on the 11th and 12th of September, that's good, and that's bearing in mind the announcement that's going to happen next Wednesday, I think it is, and with all clubs needing at least 7 days to train prior to playing. So that's the 11th and 12th, and as you said, 1v4 and 2v3 on the Sunday. So that's an interesting one. It still puts grand finals set down for September 18, which is at the moment still at Horsham City Oval. So it's an interesting one there.
It is, and then if you get to the next week, if we don't get out of the lockdown in time for that, which is probably the case, what we're looking at the moment with the situation in Echuca with a case over there, and that means it sort of is outside of the original Shepparton area. So I suppose then we go to the finals on the 24th and 25th. Then we see the games to be played there. We've got the preliminary finals at the City Oval, and then the Matoa ground is used for the junior footy and netball. Then the grand final will be Saturday, October the 2nd and Sunday, October the 3rd. Senior footy at Warwick Neville on the Saturday and junior footy and netball at Dimbulla on the Sunday. That's an interesting situation and a conundrum for the league that I suppose the numbers of people coming from the 9 different clubs that could be represented, say, across a day of sport, that they may have had to separate out just purely for numbers.
Yeah, that's exactly right with the numbers that have gone over the 2 days, I would imagine, because you take our last round was last weekend. The weekend before that, which was the second last game, we didn't have any crowd caps. And when I say that, I don't mean it was unlimited. It was just only essential staff could attend. And I would imagine going forward here, if things don't change with crowd numbers, it'll be the same. It'll just be essential staff and parents of the juniors, obviously, who will come and go. But That's one for the 24th. If we just go back one there too, I reckon that September 18-19 would be a really interesting one. They've got it set down there for the preliminary finals on the Saturday as day-nighters. So you've got senior football and netball 1v4, 2v3 at City Oval. It'd be an interesting day of footy netball there, wouldn't it, with utilising the City Oval lights there. But that's that one if it happens on the 18th and 19th. But you were talking about the 24th and 25th there, and it go on to the grand finals on October 2, and you got Warwick Nabil and Dimboola, and they are the two logical places, I would imagine there. Probably won't have a lot of teams being represented on those days, and B, I know Anzac Park, she's raring for a game of football on it, so and I presume Dimmy would be the same.
Yeah, I think so. Of course, that's 3 weeks really to get the new Final Four out, and the worst case scenario is that you end up with a grand final on the October weekend. Here's the next scenario, though, that we just end up with the top 2 playing on the resumption on the 2nd and 3rd of October. Let's just say we've got another 4 weeks of regional lockdown, and then we come out of it. We could still get a grand final, but it would be 1 versus 2. So that means that the 2 top sides, Minyip Matara and the Southern Valley Giants, would go straight into a grand final that would be played on Saturday the 2nd of October at Warwick Nabil.
Yep, that's the way it would work out. You just hope that it doesn't come to that, to be honest with you. I would hate to see good for Minyip Matara and Southern Valley Giants, but even they'd be thinking, you'd rather be playing a preliminary final before you jump into a grand final, especially if you only get that 7 days or whatever to train for it. So it's just option 4. You'd hope that doesn't come to that, but it's good that there is an option 4, I suppose, with the way to work it out. But yeah, as you say, no preliminary finals. Top 2 play on the in the grand finals on the Saturday at Warwick Nabil and Sunday at Dimboola, and I just hope that it doesn't come to that. But options 1, 2, and 3 would be much preferred.
I think so, and then there's a 5th option here, and that is we don't play. If we can't get the game on the field by the October weekend, that first weekend in October, then there will be no sport in Wimmera Football League. It will be declared the season over, and no winners will be declared. And that won't be the top of the table like an English Premier League at the end of their round. Won't be like that. It'll be no winners, no finals, no winners.
Yeah, exactly. And I would imagine all clubs would be in agreement to that. You wouldn't want to. I don't know what all clubs are thinking, I suppose. But I know. Yeah. So yourself, you'd want to be playing at least a playoff game to determine the grand final winners. But it's good they've put it in there. Everyone knows anything after October 2, there is no winners declared. So that's fair enough, and that's set in stone there now. But as I say, we can only hope that options 1, 2, and 3. One of those options takes place before anything is cancelled. But it would be not interesting. It would just be weird when you're looking back over the years and you see that 2020 and 2021 are grand final winners. So it's not good for the history books there, but that is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. It's been a strange season, 3 different lockdowns, and now trying to work out how to get out of lockdown, and then the burgeoning issues that we see to the north of the state. Well, we're going to talk more about it on Wimmera Football. I'm sure we'll have another conundrum open up. It'll be good to talk to you, Scotty Stewart from the Warwick Herald, about it. You have a good weekend.
Yeah, good on you, Wayne. No worries. You too.